Since Generation 1, there have been many questions left unanswered to do with Porygon, mainly because it was one of the first intentional man-made Pokemon. In fact, until the rediscovery of Golett and Golurk, Porygon was thought to be the actual first deliberate man-made Pokemon. Although the main belief is that the Sylph Company created Porygon, it has never actually been confirmed by any sources. I mean, the furthest the Pokédex goes to inform us about Porygon are cryptic messages which never actually reveal its true creator. Some examples of these entries include Pokemon Crystals, in which it's said that it's an artificial Pokemon created due to extensive research. Pokemon Fire Red's entry for Porygon states that Porygon is the first artificial Pokemon and was created by scientists equipped with the most advanced technology. I mean, yeah, this entry tells us that it was created by scientists, but doesn't tell us who these scientists were working for when making Porygon, or why it was even created in the first place. See what I mean about cryptic? Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire's entries stated that Porygon is capable of reverting itself back to programmed data and entering cyberspace. This got me thinking about the PC storage system created by Bill. When you deposit a Pokemon into the PC, doesn't it get converted from its physical form into programmed data, and vice versa if you're withdrawing a Pokemon? This led me to believe that Porygon could be a prototype used for testing the PC storage system that Bill created. However, Bill most likely didn't have access to extremely advanced technology, as it stated was required to create Porygon in the Pokédex, and the only Kanto-based company that could possess that is Sylph Company, which is why it's generally assumed that Porygon was their creation. Now let's move on to the other question that people have about Porygon. What was it created for? Well, Porygon most likely wasn't created for battling. Its total base stat is 395, which is pretty low, and its Gen 1 learn set is hardly impressive. It definitely wasn't for looks. If you take one look at it, you can tell that Porygon has a utilitarian design, which pretty much means it's designed for practical use rather than its attractiveness. I mean, do you really think this is attractive? Anyway, Pokemon Heart Gold's Pokédex entry states that Porygon is known not to breathe or eat, so people are eager to try it in any environment. This is linked to Yellow Version's entry, which states that Porygon may be able to fly into space. This could all mean that the scientists who created Porygon may have done so in order to discover new Pokemon in space or very deep in the ocean, by using Porygon to explore these areas, since it doesn't have to eat, sleep or breathe, which could have helped to discover Deoxys or even Lugia, or Lugia, however you want to pronounce it. Another theory is that if it is the Sylph Company that made Porygon, they could be being mass-produced and used as automated workers by Sylph. This art from the Pocket Monsters manga even shows Porygon being mass-produced. And it is a role Porygon could take, seeing as how it can turn itself from its physical form into programmed data, and can also travel in cyberspace. I mean, it really does fit it perfectly. In Pokemon Ruby's Pokédex entry, it says that Porygon is copy protected, which further supports the theory that Porygon is being mass-produced and even sold. Most likely to use them as automated workers, but there are some other cases, such as the Celadon Game Corner, who bought the Porygon and allowing people to exchange Game Corner coins for the Pokemon itself. Even after all this research and theory crafting about Porygon, there are still loads of unanswered questions, such as questions about how its evolutions came to exist, and also theories about a new Mega Evolution coming in the new Pokemon Sun and Moon game. Speaking of which, if you enjoyed this episode, in a couple of days I'm going to be uploading a video talking about a possible Mega Evolution coming for Porygon Z in the upcoming games Pokemon Sun and Moon. And if you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to that video, hit the subscribe button so that you can find out about that video as soon as it's uploaded and watch it straight away.